the banning of the Muslims, the dehumanization of the communities that I come from, that has been our reality for the past 15 years.
Muslims in America are letting their voices be heard louder than ever and are making moves in America like never before. Let's see exactly which American Muslims are leaving their mark in the most notable ways. My name is Leroy Kenton and welcome back to another episode of FTD Facts. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. I got an exciting episode for you coming up right now. Now, the first American that's blazing a whole new type of trail is Hasan Minhaj.
Everyone that says your name says Hasan Minhaj.
Yeah, but the real way you pronounce it, it's Hasan Minhaj.
Hasan Minhaj is a comedian, writer, producer, actor, and television host, now most famously known for his weekly Netflix show, Patriot Act. His first stand-up comedy special, Homecoming King, debuted on Netflix on May 23, 2017. Growing up Muslim in California, Hasan Minhaj says that his Islamic faith doesn't dictate where he goes with his comedy. Rather, his faith allows him to see life from a unique angle as he regularly draws on personal life experiences where he felt like the odd man out because of his faith. After several years working at The Daily Show and a successful stand-up comedy special, as well as a phenomenal roast at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2017.
But it feels like I'm watching CNN watch the news.
Hasan Minhaj landed a deal with Netflix to host his own weekly show, and it's pretty awesome because I watch it all the time.
A police officer is under investigation. Before making a statement, they can say, hey, can I look at the tape first? And then they watch the game tape and then make their statement.
Yes.
That's like cheating, though.
It can be.
Next up, we have Willow Wilson. So Gwendolyn Willow Wilson is her full name, and she's a comic book writer as well as a journalist. When she guest wrote 2 issues of Superman, however, her critics accused her of spreading Sharia law through the comic. Now, it's a little bit ironic that Willow Wilson is one of the creators of a superhero named Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel is the first comic book series to feature a Muslim American superhero as its main character. Her first graphic novel, Cairo, was written after living for a time in Egypt and was listed as one of the top graphic novels for teens. She has also written a memoir about her conversion to Islam. So the next person I want to look at now is Ibtihaj Muhammad. Ibtihaj Muhammad is no stranger to the stereotypes about Muslim women. I mean, she's gotten all of them. Muslim women are oppressed, they can't express themselves through their fashion or anything like that, and they're not even allowed to play sports because sports are just for men only. But she says, I speak English, I like wearing bright colors, I'm athletic, I'm on Team USA. Now, you may not be aware, but back in 2016, Ibtihaj Muhammad, she became the first Muslim American to wear a hijab in the Olympic Games. She's a sword fighter and she'd won a bronze medal in the Team Saber event. She runs a fashion line and she speaks out about tolerance and diversity. She also has a Barbie doll made after her, and that's pretty cool. I want to have a toy created after me too.
This summer be the first Muslim woman to represent Team USA while wearing the hijab.
Number 7 brings us to Rep. André Carson. André Carson was born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana, and he earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice management from the Concordia University, Wisconsin, and a master's in business management from Indiana Wesleyan University. André Carson converted to Islam when he was 16 years old, and a year later he says he was arrested by Indianapolis police as they tried to enter his local mosque without probable cause. The whole experience helped motivate Carson to become a police officer himself.
We have been singled out in the national spotlight as threats to be dealt with and not a part of our American family.
And he gravitated towards counterintelligence work. Now, as a member of the House of Intelligence Committee, Carson is one of 2 Muslims in Congress where he represents Indiana's 7th District. Eboo Patel is next on the list. Eboo Patel was a member of President Barack Obama's inaugural Advisory Council on Faith-Based Neighborhood Partnerships. But after earning a doctorate from Oxford University, Eboo Patel wanted to give public service a try.
And part of what we've done at Interfaith Youth Corps is identify a model of effectiveness in interfaith cooperation that we call the Interfaith Triangle. The 3 sides of that triangle are attitudes, relationships, and knowledge.
Eboo Patel says his Interfaith Youth Corps is one of the largest interreligious organizations in North America. He has a budget of $8.5 million and he has 45 people on staff. These staff members train thousands of students on nearly 500 college campuses. Halfway through, we gotta mention Dean Obeidallah. This guy is a lawyer who became a comedian and a cultural commentator. He's the host of a Sirius XM show, the Dean Obeidallah Show, and he said that polls show that if you know a Muslim, you are much more likely to have a positive view of all Muslims. And that's why whenever he opens up his show, he always says, "I'd like to be your Muslim friend."
My name's Dean Obeidallah and I want to be your Muslim friend. That's how I start my radio show every day.
Dean is one of the first American Muslims to host a national radio show. He also is a contributor to various publications and appears on CNN regularly. We're coming down to the wire. At number 4, we have Rep. Keith Ellison. Keith Ellison became the first Muslim American elected to serve in Congress. He's serving as the 30th Attorney General of Minnesota.
Democratic Congressman Keith Ellison, the first Muslim elected to Congress, has taken the lead in demanding proof of these claims about Muslim extremists infiltrating the government.
No, it's not true.
Keith Ellison, who comes from Detroit, says Islam does in fact inform how he sees the world. He does make it clear though that his job is to represent a diverse congressional district and not a religion. Keith says in his own words, "I've never spoken as a religious authority. When I go to Friday prayers, I get in line like everybody else." At number 3, we have State Rep Ilhan Omar. So Ilhan Omar, she is serving as the U.S. representative of Minnesota's 5th Congressional District and America's first Somali American Muslim lawmaker. She brings a personal perspective to America's debate on admitting immigrants and refugees. And if anyone understands this, it's Ilhan. She and her family escaped Somalia's civil war and immigrated to the United States back in 1995. She has strongly opposed the immigration policies of the Trump administration, including Trump's travel ban.
We must also talk about Islamophobia. It's 2 sides of the same coin of bigotry. What we are fighting for is not for the few, but for the many.
Only 2 Americans left. Who are they? Of course, you know, Linda Sarsour. She had to be on this list.
I have been told numerous occasions, you're too visible, you're too loud, you're too outspoken. I'm not going to be humble to the point where I'm quiet.
Born in New York and of Palestinian descent, Linda Sarsour is a political activist as well as a co-founder of the Women's March. The Women's March was a worldwide protest on January 21st, 2017, which was the day after the inauguration of President Donald Trump.
I stand here before you, unapologetically Muslim American.
The world began to know Linda a lot more after she started becoming involved in civil rights issues including feminism, police brutality, as well as immigration. She has even marched with the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, because she's been outspoken about the issues that she addresses, a lot of criticism has come her way. Either way, many Muslims view her as the right kind of leader that the community needs today. Sheikh Hamza Yusuf comes in at number 1. Sheikh Hamza Yusuf converted to Islam as a young man, and he spent 2 decades studying with scholars in the Middle East as well as over in Africa.
Give 20 years of your life to study. 20 years of your life to study. I'm not making this up.
After returning to the United States, he found that young Muslims, they really flocked to his lectures, which often blended Islamic teachings with social commentary as well as literary criticism.
All these poor innocent people are begging non-Muslims to let them into their countries. If you humiliate a ruler, God will humiliate you.
Sheikh Hamza Yusuf is a co-founder of the Zaytuna College, and this is America's first accredited Muslim liberal arts college. The college is located in California, and because his messages are so powerful, like when you hear him speak, you'll see what I'm talking about, some consider him to be the most influential Islamic scholar in the Western world, and that's why he comes in at #1 on this list.
You know, the world is filled with suffering, but don't forget it's also filled with the overcoming of suffering. Are you going to be on the side that's contributing to the suffering, or are you going to be on the side that's contributing to the alleviation of suffering?
So a question that I have for you guys out there is, who do you think is the most influential Muslim American? Sound off in the comment section down below, and you can answer even if you're not Muslim. Whatever your religion or your spiritual beliefs are, I want to know your thoughts down below. Alright guys, so that's it for this episode. Not only can you leave your comments down below, but if you want to chat more, follow me on social media, especially Instagram. Hit me up on there as well, shoot me a message. Here's another episode that you can check out right beside me right here, and don't forget to give that subscribe button some love and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our daily episodes here on FTD Facts. Alright guys, I'll see you all real soon. Peace!